Good morning, students. Our today's topic is salient features of human genome. The human genome contains 3164.7 million nucleotide bases, so huge number of nucleotide bases. The average gene consists of 3000 bases, but the largest known human gene, being dystrophin, has 2.4 million bases. The total number of genes is estimated at 30,000, much lower than previous estimate of 80,000 to 1,40,000 genes. Almost all nucleotide bases are exactly the same in all people. Our 99.9% of DNA is same in all the individuals. Only the difference of 0.1 is there that we appear so different phenotypically. The functions are unknown for over 50% of the discovered genes. Less than 2% of the genome codes for proteins. Only less than 2% of the genome codes for the proteins. Repeated sequence make up a very large portion of the human genome. Some repeated sequence is present in the genome which do not code for any protein, but they form a large portion of the proteins. Repeated sequences are the stretch of DNA sequence that are repeated many times, sometimes 100 to 1000 times. In the DNA, some sequence, imagine ATCG and any one sequence, this sequence is repeated so many times, same sequence, that is sometimes up to 1000 times. They are thought to have no direct coding function. Some sequences are there which do not code for anything, for any protein or amino acid. These are present in the DNA that we will study in the next topic, that is DNA fingerprinting. Chromosome 1 has the most genes, that is 2968 genes, and the Y chromosome has the fewest, that is 231 genes only. Scientists have identified about 1.4 million locations where single base DNA differences occur in humans. Single base known as SNPs, that is single nucleotide polymorphism in the DNA. Actually DNA is same, but scientists have discovered 1.4 million base pair differences, means difference in the bases. For one base difference in different individual. This is known as single nucleotide polymorphism, when only single nucleotide is different, that is SNP. Next topic is applications and future challenges. In the past, researchers studied one or a few genes at a time. With whole genome sequence and new technologies, we can approach questions systematically and on a much broader scale. Now, scientists can study all the genes in a genome, and they can tell how proteins work together in the interconnected network. With the knowledge of human genome, now the scientists have the knowledge how the different proteins act in a coordinated manner. Next topic is DNA fingerprinting. As stated in the preceding section, 99.9% of the base sequence among humans is the same. Only 0.1% difference is there. It is this difference in the sequence of DNA which makes every individual unique in their phenotypic appearance. If one aims to find out genetic differences between two individuals or among the individuals of a population, then the sequencing the DNA every time would be a daunting and expensive task. We cannot arrange the complete DNA, we cannot know the sequence of the complete DNA every time, because it is a very expensive and daunting task. Imagine trying to compare two sets of 3 into 10 raised power 6 base pairs. So DNA fingerprinting is very quick way to compare the DNA sequence of any two individuals. Here we take only a fragment of DNA and study the two individuals. DNA fingerprinting involves identifying differences in some specific regions in DNA sequence called as repetitive DNA. In the DNA, some part is there where some sequence is repeated again and again. Imagine ACT. 1 3 code is there. Any code, AC or ACT, this code repeats many times. Imagine 10 times. That is repeated DNA. Some sequence which repeat again and again in the DNA, but it does not code for any protein. That is known as repetitive DNA. Because in these sequence a small stretch of DNA is repeated many times. Same sequence is repeated many times. These repetitive DNA are separated from bulk genomic DNA as different peaks during density gradient centrifugation. When we centrifugate this material, the bulk DNA form the separate peak and the repetitive DNA form the separate peak. Means this repetitive DNA form a different peak from the bulk DNA, because here density difference is there between repetitive DNA and genomic DNA. The bulk DNA forms a major peak. The other small peaks are referred to as satellite DNA. The other major peak formed by the DNA and other is known as satellite DNA. The satellite DNA, depending upon base composition, length of segment and number of repetitive units, the satellite DNA is again classified into many categories such as microsatellites, mini satellites. What are microsatellites? If that sequence is repeated 2 to 6 times, means less than 10, that is known as microsatellite. If the sequence repeats more than 10 times, 5 to 50 times, then that is known as mini satellite. Micro means in that sequence repeats less number of times, and in mini satellite that sequence repeats many number of times till 50 times. These sequences normally do not code for any proteins, as I have already told you, but they form a large portion of human genome. These sequences show high degree of polymorphism and form the basis of DNA fingerprinting. Polymorphism means different structure. This, because of this repetitive DNA, this gives different structure to the DNA. Some differences in the DNA structure morphologically. Since DNA from every tissue such as blood, hair follicles, skin, bone, saliva, sperm, etc. from an individual show the same degree of polymorphism, they become very useful identification tool in forensic applications. In forensic application, we can use these tissues, DNA from these tissues. From further, as the polymorphism are inheritable from parents to children, DNA fingerprinting is the basis of paternity test in case of disputes. Paternity test means we can tell about the parents, about if any child is there and we want to know the parents. With the DNA fingerprinting, we can tell about the who is the parent, because two couples are there, they are claiming for the child. By paternity test, we can tell who is the parent of that child. A polymorphism in DNA sequencing is the basis of genetic mapping of human genome as well as DNA fingerprinting. It is essential that we understand what DNA polymorphism means. So, polymorphism means difference in the structure of DNA at many places because of this repetitive DNA sequence. Because in each DNA, some type of this repetitive sequence is present which gives that DNA a particular structure. That is why the word polymorphism. Poly means different, morphism means structure, which gives different structure to the DNA of the individual. It arises due to mutations. Because of any differences, these variations occur. New mutations may arise in an individual either in somatic cells or in germ cells. Mutations can occur in the germ cells or in the somatic cells or other cells of the body. Any inheritable mutation is observed in a population at high frequency greater than 0.01 is referred as DNA polymorphism. If the difference is in the sequence is more than 0.01% in the population, when we study the DNA of the population at any particular point, if that difference in the base pair is more than 0.01%, 0.01, then that is known as polymorphism. That means it gives more differences to the DNA. The probability of such variations to be observed in non-coding DNA sequence would be higher, as mutations in these sequences may not have any immediate impact on an individual's reproductive ability. In the DNA we have coding and non-coding sequences. Coding which code for the proteins, and other non-coding which have such type of repetitive DNA. So chances of mutations in non-coding sequence are more because they do not immediate effect on individuals' reproductive ability. These mutations keep on accumulating generation after generation and form the basis of polymorphism. Because of these variations, so polymorphism arises in the DNA. Different type of DNA. DNA में कोई सीक्वेंस है जो कि हर इंडिविजुअल में डिफरेंट होती जा रही है. कुछ जैसे ACT बताया है कोड, वो नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स रिपीट हो रहा है, दैट इज़ वेरिएबल DNA. किसी में वो 5 टाइम रिपीट हो रहा है, किसी इंडिविजुअल में 10 टाइम्स रिपीट हो रहा है. सो दिस गिव्स polymorphism. Clear? There is a variety of different types of polymorphisms ranging from single nucleotide change to a very large scale change that I have told you now only. Now, what is the technique of DNA fingerprinting? The technique of DNA fingerprinting was initially developed by Alec Jeffrey, founder. He developed the DNA fingerprinting. He used a satellite DNA as a probe. So what is a probe? A single stranded DNA or RNA with radioactive molecule is known as probe. Afterwards again I will tell you, a single stranded DNA or RNA with radioactive molecule is known as probe. Probe is synthetically made molecule. Probe, which is prepared by the humans. Probe. Again, he used a satellite DNA as a probe that shows very high degree of polymorphism. Large amount of difference is there. It was called as variable number of tandem repeats. Word is VNTR. VNTR means variable number of tandem repeats. In this same base sequence is repeated. Variable means many number of times. The same base sequence is repeated number of times, and it varies from individual to individual. Tandem means sequence, some base sequence. Tandem, used for the word base sequence. The technique as used earlier involved southern blot hybridization using radioactive VNTR as a proof. These all terms I will explain in the biotechnological chapter. So first, it included, first point in the technique, learn these 6 points. What are the different techniques for the fingerprinting? First is isolation of DNA. First, DNA is isolated from the cell. Here the cell wall is removed and all that from the inside the nucleus the DNA is taken. Isolation of DNA is the first step. Second is digestion of DNA by restriction endonuclease. Digestion means breaking of DNA by restriction endonuclease. Endonuclease is also known as molecular scissor. So it cuts the DNA from inside. Using the restriction endonuclease, digestion of DNA is done. Breaking of DNA is done. Next is separation of DNA fragments by electrophoresis. This is the next step. The DNA fragments then separated by using the technique electrophoresis, in which using electricity electrodes are there. So the DNA segments, they arrange themselves according to their size. DNA being the negatively charged molecule, it attracted towards the positive cathode, positively charged electrode. So in this way they arrange themselves in the process of electrophoresis. In electrophoresis, using electric current, the DNA fragments are arranged. DNA being negatively charged, it is attracted towards the positive charge electrode. Next is transferring of separated DNA fragments to synthetic membranes such as nitrocellulose or nylon. Then these fragments are separated and kept on the synthetic membrane, means human made membrane, such as nitrocellulose or nylon. These fragments are then kept on the nylon sheet or nitrocellulose sheet or membrane. Hybridization using labeled VNTR probe. Hybridization means mixing. Using the VNTR probe means a single stranded DNA or RNA with radioactive molecule. These are synthetic molecule that is prepared by the humans, and they are hybridized with the DNA fragment that we have obtained for the DNA fingerprinting. And next is detection of hybridized DNA fragments by autoradiography, a technique similar to X-ray technique, in that the hybridized DNA fragments are then seen under this technique. A schematic representation of DNA fingerprinting is shown in figure 6.16. In this technique, radioactive material will appear on the screen. Some shining material is seen in the screen. The VNTR belonging to a class of satellite DNA referred to as mini satellite. Mainly we take the DNA from the mini satellite, which has the VNTR of more than 10. Clear? Already I have explained mini satellites. A small DNA sequence is arranged randomly in many copy numbers. The copy numbers varies from chromosome to chromosome in an individual. Clear? This copy number again varies in an individual and from chromosome to chromosome also. This number of repeats shows very high degree of polymorphism. As a result, the size of VNTR varies from 0.1 to 20 kb. Consequently, after hybridization with VNTR probe, the audio radiograms, that is the diagram which we after autoradiography we get, the autoradiogram gives many bands of different sizes. These bands give a characteristic pattern of an individual DNA. It differs from individual to individual in a population, except in the case of monozygotic twins. The sensitivity of technique has been increased by using PCR, polymerase chain reaction. PCR means when we take the small fragment, if the DNA material is less, then we can go for PCR technique also, where that number of fragments can increase, where the DNA material can increase. Using PCR technique, we can increase the amount of DNA. Consequently, DNA from a single cell is enough to perform DNA fingerprinting analysis. With this technique, even with the single cell, we can perform this DNA fingerprinting. In addition to application in forensic science, it has much wider applications, such as in determining population and genetic diversities. Because why so many diversities are there, so many individuals are there, we can study with the help of DNA fingerprinting. Here in the figure 6.16, just see DNA from individual A and DNA from individual B. Here different chromosomes are shown. So first I am explaining about the DNA from individual A. In the DNA of individual A, the chromosome number 7, because homologous chromosomes are there, the paternal chromosome has 3 VNTR and maternal chromosome has 4 VNTR. फादर के क्रोमोसोम में 3 बार VNTR है और मदर के क्रोमोसोम में वही सीक्वेंस 4 बार रिपीट हो रही है. सिमिलरली क्रोमोसोम 2 में वो सीक्वेंस कोई एक सीक्वेंस है जो 8 बार रिपीट हो रही है एंड दूसरे क्रोमोसोम में 7 टाइम्स रिपीट हो रही है. दिस इज द इमेजिनरी नंबर्स वी हैव टेकन. So in the case of DNA from individual B, in chromosome number 7, the paternal chromosome, imagine that is repeated 11 times, and in maternal chromosome, that sequence repeats 9 times. Similarly, for chromosome number 2, it repeats 8 and 7 times. So we have taken this DNA from 2 individuals. Now we have the DNA from crime scene. From the crime scene that we give C person, from that scene we take the DNA, and again there the variable number of tandem repeats are shown. On amplified repeats separated by size on the gel, when we arrange them, the different number of tandem repeats are shown here. This C DNA from crime C match with the A1, with the B1. The C, same number C and B, same type of DNA shown here. So this is a schematic representation of DNA fingerprinting. Few representative chromosomes have been shown to confirm different copy numbers of VNTR. Here on the above they have shown the different copy numbers of VNTR, that is variable number of tandem repeats. For the sake of understanding, different color schemes have been used to trace the origin of each band in the gel. Different colors are shown. The 2 alleles, that is paternal and maternal, of a chromosome also contain different copies of VNTR, because parents are 2 different individuals, so their VNTR also is different. It is clear that the bending pattern of DNA from crime scene matches with the individual B and not with the A, because C, band pattern of C and B matches. So who has done the crime? We can say B. B is the criminal. So in this way, DNA fingerprinting helps to identify the individual. I hope this is clear. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Thank you.